What's going on? This is Reginald Perryman. Reggie is realestate.com, and we live today. We're coming back to do a live market update on what's going on in the market. So the last time we did this, we had people ask about different areas. So what we're going to do is review those cities today. And if anyone is in the comments, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're here. We got Miss Phoenix in the house from Toledo, Ohio. What's going on down in Toledo? I hope you are not a Buckeye fan. My wife is from Ohio, so y'all not all that bad. Y'all not all that bad. My in-laws down there, I always tell them go blue. So that's how we living up here. So yeah. But we got all right, hold on. So the market sold off hard today because of Trump's Chinese tariff announcement. Yeah, I seen some stuff going on in the market. I had some options trades out there with Nvidia and a few other um, companies, but I actually made out pretty well. You know, I play both sides of the market as far as the stocks are concerned. So it is what it is. But Miss Phoenix said, "Don't be a hater." All right, so you are a Buckeye fan. You're not even really that deep into Ohio. You like right there in Toledo. You have a pass to be either a Michigan State or a Michigan fan or a Buckeye fan. You can actually represent both because you're right on the border. But if you want to be a Bucks fan, that's fine with me. You know, I let people live, but Buckeye fans are all right. They're all right with me, I guess. All right. So let's see who else we got. So today we got a few cities. So the viewers asked me last time they wanted to see Warren Romulus, which was surprising. People wanted to see what the data was for Romulus. Sterling Heights, Farmington Hills, and Southfield, Michigan. Southfield is one of the most popular requests that we get when people are asking me, probably because I do a lot of business in Southfield or I market to Southfield. But I personally get a lot of inquiries about Southfield real estate. So we're going to cover those cities today. And if you have an area that you would like to see information on, just put it in the comments. We'll check it out for you. So just a quick check-in. How's everybody doing today? The weather is good. This is some nice warm weather for this time of year. I'm absolutely enjoying it, especially when it comes to golf. Now, if you don't know what a frost delay is, you would know it if you were a golfer. Basically, that means if you got an early morning tee time, and in this time of the year, it's probably still frost on the ground, so they don't want to damage the grass. But you will be golfing by 9 or 10 a.m. in most cases. So shout out to my wife. She shot an 89 today on a course that I don't think she broke 90 on that course before. So shout out to her. A few pars, a few birdies. Life is good. All right. Let's see what else we got. Feeling good, feeling great. I like that. All right. Feeling good, feeling great. So just to give you an idea of what's going on in the real estate world, again, the reason I do market updates is because the media gives you information. When you're watching the news, those reports, sometimes the data they're giving you is 6 months old. When you're living real estate on a daily basis, you have your ear to the streets, boots on the ground. You know exactly what's happening, and you also know what's coming. So my job with these live streams is to actually give you some real-time data, because if you're reacting to a delayed market, you're going to make some bad financial decisions. So Ms. Phoenix mentioned earlier about the market selling off. So just imagine if you were investing in the stock market and you just didn't have real-time data. So that's what I want to do with real estate, is give you all some real-time data with some information that's going to help you in real time. So one of the things that's going around that we're hearing out here in the streets, in these real estate streets, oh, the market is bad, it's depressed. Well, you have to be mindful of how the information is being provided, and you have to pay attention to the play on words. So, and I'll say this over and over again. When they use terms like, oh, home sales are down, that's different than market values are down. So home sales are down could mean the number of units are down. But the number of units could be down because there's not a lot of units on the market. So just to give you an example, and I probably will say this on every live stream. So to give you an example, let's say you have a property in, I don't know, pick a city, Auburn Hills. Let's say you have 30 homes on the market and 20 of them sell in a 2-month time period. That's 20 homes that have sold, and they all sold at whatever the average market value is for the area. Now, let's say 3 months from now, you only have 10 homes on the market and 8 of those homes sell. Well, that's 80% of the inventory that's sold. But some media reports will say home sales are down. Well, they're comparing the 20 homes that sold versus the 8 homes that sold. Well, if it was 30 homes on the market and this time it's only 10 homes were on the market, there's no way 20 homes would sell because there were only 10 on the market. So when you hear the media say things like home sales are down, pay attention. Do they mean the number of units, or do they mean the actual value of the properties are down? So those are things we have to pay attention to. So let's take a look here. I'm going to share some information with you, and we're going to start with one of the cities. All right, so here we go. So this is some reports that I have, some personalized reports that I have, but it gives you some trends, and we'll look in each city so you can actually see the properties. So this is Warren, Michigan. If you're not familiar with Warren, Michigan, it's one of our east suburbs, Macomb County. So here in Michigan, or in the metro Detroit area, we tend to separate east and west by Woodward. So Woodward, west of Woodward is west side, east of Woodward is east side when it comes to Detroit. But we also use that same dividing line for our east suburbs and our west suburbs. So this is Warren, Michigan. When we look at months of inventory, this is a huge determining factor when it comes to appraisals, as well as when you're looking at people that are looking at the economy and things of that nature. So anytime someone is evaluating an area as far as market values, market trends, they always look at months of inventory. That's basically the amount of supply we have and how long it would take to sell the entire supply of inventory that's currently on the market. Now, this was as of September. So you can see it's just under 2 months. So if we took all the homes that were on the market in September, it would take less than 2 months to sell every property that was on the market, right? You look at sold to list price. So the homes sold at 98% of the prices they were listed for. So for an example, if a property was listed at 200,000, probably would sell for 190, 195-ish or something like that. So pretty much people are getting what they're asking for on average. The median sold price was 214, and we're going to look at highs and lows for the area. And the median estimated value was 243. So we look at this at a month, just under 2 months. Here's the main thing. So most people are telling you, oh, the market is shifted. It's a buyer's market. Well, not according to the data. This is a balanced market. When you see balanced market, usually you're seeing this number here would probably be more like 3 months. So it's so frustrating when you're working with the seller and they put their home on the market in 2025 and they've been hearing reports all of 2021, 22 through 23, and even 24. And they say, okay, I'm ready to sell my home now. And they put it on the market, and 1 week later, they're like, hey, our home hasn't sold. What's going on? Well, that was yesterday's market, right? So the average market time for majority of areas in the Metro Detroit area is going to be about 45 days or longer. Hence the 60 days to 2 months of inventory. It's not rocket science to us that are actually in the industry and do this for a living. So you have 2 months of inventory. Homes are selling at about 98%, so pretty much almost full price on average. And it's still a seller's market. The media is telling us something completely different when it comes to real estate. It feels like, and I want to use that, I want to say that again, it feels like the market is really depressed to the average agent, real estate investor, home seller, because we were used to a market where homes would sell in 1 week, 1 day. No home was sitting on the market for 30 days or longer. I'm here to tell you this is what we call a normal market. There are very few homes that would sell in 1 week in the current market that we have. We've had listings that have actually sold in 1 week, but on average, homes are sitting on the market 45 to 60 days, right? Now, if you're a home seller, of course, you can always lower your price, but you won't be in this 98% range of sold to list price. So that does happen when someone is more desperate. They have a beautiful home. They just can't wait it out. The reason I tell people list your home 3 to 4 months before you need to sell is so that you can be somewhat firm on your price if you're pricing it right and your idea of price is realistic. So Warren, is a great market. Let's look here. I'm going to look at a few things, but before we do that, I'm going to go here. These are all the active properties for Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County that have come on the market in the past day. So as of 10/10, these are all the homes that have come on the market since yesterday, October 9th. So we can see here the lowest priced home is in Detroit at 89.9. This one is on Brantford. It's actually a coming soon listing. Pretty nice home. Great home, whether you're buying an investment property or you're buying it for your family. Your first time buyer, you're downsizing, whatever your situation is, if 89,000 is in your budget, this is it. Now let's look at the highest price home that's on the market, that's come on the market in the past day. And this property is on Stanley Boulevard in Birmingham. And let's take a look at this one. And this is a nice home. Again, maybe you're a first-time home buyer, maybe you're downsizing. I don't know if you want to invest this amount of money into it. I don't know what the return would look like for you, but pretty nice home. This one is in Birmingham, and this one is listed at just over 1.6 million, and it's 6 bedrooms, five and a half baths. Let me share this with you because I think I messed up the share here. share this screen, go back here. Not all realtors are perfect, but we're going to make this happen. All right, here we go. So here we are. This is the home here. 1.65 million, just over 1.6 million. So this home is in Birmingham, 1748 Stanley. It's a nice home. I mean, they're showing the snacks, but so here's the thing, right? Even people with $1 million house eat ramen noodles. That's all. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Tell my wife it's all right. It ain't gonna kill me. It's not gonna kill me, right? Every now and then you gotta have a flashback of them days, boy. So I mean, I don't know if they, they selling their house because whatever, but ramen noodles are nothing wrong with them. All right, so this is a nice house. And let me go back since you guys didn't see the screen share when I did this one. This was the least expensive home on the market in the last day, and this one is in Detroit for $89,900 on Brantford. So let's look at something kind of mid-tier here. Let's see what we got in another price range here. So probably medium would probably be somewhere between like 200,000-ish or something like that. Let's see what's on the market for Sterling Heights. So Sterling Heights, 315, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,700 square feet. This is what you get on the market. So the market is, nice house, ready to move in, probably do a little paint, elbow grease, and you're good, right? So there you go. So those are the homes. So just looking at this, everything that's come on the market in the past day from October 9th through October 10th, starting with 89.9 up to 1.6. So I just want to see what else we got in maybe. So that was a $300,000 range. Let's see what else we might have. I still want to see what's right about that 200-ish range here that we can find. Okay, let's see what's going on. Allen Park. This home is 224.9, and this one is 3-bed, 2 baths, 986 square feet. Oh, all right. Nice house. This is what you get or you can get in Allen Park. All right. All right. So let's look at some other numbers here. Let's look at some other cities. Miss Phoenix said all that MSG from ramen noodles will escort you to the grave. Yep, probably will. But that's why you don't eat ramen noodles every day or ramen noodles every day. All right. All right. Let's look at one of the cities people had really was interested in looking into, which surprised me. And we're going to pull it up here. Was Romulus. So I'm going to pull that up here and all right. So in the city of Romulus, and I'll go back to Warren real quick in a minute, but in the city of Romulus, we're looking at, again, it's a seller's market. They're getting 99.9 for the 2,000% of their asking price. So the asking price is pretty much about 100%. They have just over 2 months of inventory, which is up about 4%. I'm not going to bore y'all with all these numbers, but if they took all the properties on the market in September, and it would take just over 2 months to sell everything. you're going to see a trend of this number regardless of what city we look in. There's only a few cities where I've seen it pretty much lower than that 2-month time frame. So months of inventory. The median sold price is $195. You can see that here. The estimated value, median estimated value, and this is all based on real trends. 229, and I mean, again, seller's market. So let's do. I'm going to see something here. I'm going to do active and sold in the past 30 days. And I want to see what is the lowest and highest price in Romulus, Michigan, just to get an idea of what you can buy in Romulus or what you can expect if you're selling your home in Romulus. So the lowest sales price was $40,000. This actually looks like that was a manufactured mobile home. Same here. So you have quite a few mobile homes, and that came up before. So the lowest actual single family home is $95,000, and the highest sold price in Romulus was $415,000. It was listed at $425,000, and this property is 3 bedrooms, two full baths, and 2 half baths. So this is what $415,000 would get you in Romulus, Michigan. Again, it's still a seller's market as of September, according to that data, and we're only 10 days into October. So the data is pretty accurate. Now let's go back and look at Warren, Michigan. And see what we got here. Oh, and by the way, so the lowest active listing in Warren is 124.9, and that's for a 2-bedroom home. Looks like this home was vacant or some type of foreclosure or something. They have notice posted, unless those are city blight notices posted in the window. They don't have many photos, but that's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, currently on the market. The highest sold property, this property was listed in for $495,000. This home was built in 2005, so it's about just over 20 years old. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, listed for $495,000 and sold for $511,000. And this is what $511,000 would get you in Warren. So these are newer homes. When I say newer, I mean like less than 30 or 40 years old. In other words, I was around when they were building these. So that's what I mean by newer, because I am new. I'm fresh all the time. All right. So 511 conventional financing, no seller concessions. So it's just a straightforward financing deal, 4 bedroom, 3.5 baths. Now, another city people were asking me about is Sterling Heights. So when we look at Sterling Heights here, now, again, there's that 2-month inventory, 1.91, and this is actually up month over month. So that means their months of inventory has increased, but it's still under 2 months. And the sold price to list price is they're getting just over 100% of asking price. So that means the homes they're listing, they're actually selling at asking price or above. It's still a seller's market. Median sold price is $331,000, which is pretty close to the median estimated value. So that means they're listing their homes and selling them all around the median estimated value. And they're getting, this is probably the most balanced market I've seen when I run reports. People are listing and getting 100% of their ask price. The median sold price is within $1,000 from the median estimated values for homes in the area. So when we look at, let's look at Sterling Heights here. Lowest and highest, and see what we come up with. My computer is doing everything except what I wanted to do. All right. All right. So the lowest listed home, lowest price listing is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property on Lulun Drive. Lulun Rouge. It's on Lulun Drive, and this is the home. And this one again is $270, and this is what you get. So this home, I mean, it's a nice home. I like the layout of it. I don't know why the TV would be so low here. I don't even know why you need a TV here. Is this just for a monitor? So I have no idea. Somebody tell me. Let's see if I can make the screen bigger so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I'm trying to understand why this TV is here. It's like right there in the dining area. I mean, I know why it's there if you want to watch TV, but that's just an odd place to put a TV unless that's some type of virtual staging or something that they did. But it makes no sense. But anyway, 270, the highest sold property in Sterling Heights was listed at 657, and it sold for 763,000. This property sold almost 100,000 above asking price with no type of seller concessions. So when you tell me the market is depressed, this just closed on September 22nd. Again, the market is depressed, but this home was listed for 657 and sold for 763. And this was a newer build, just built last year, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I don't know if they have, oh yeah, they do have interior photos. So of course it's not furnished that. They didn't do any virtual staging. I mean, this is what you're getting in Sterling Heights. And it looks pretty basic. I mean, the finishes are probably better than what the photos show, but this sold 100,000 above asking price. Crazy. All right. So next city, people ask me about, I think we've done this one before, is Farmington Hills. Months of inventory, again, there goes that two months. This is actually down. They have more months of inventory, a little bit more. This is down by 2.5% roughly. Average sales price to list price, again, they're getting 99.6%, which is 100% of what they're asking. Median sold price is 361, but look at this, the median estimated values are 408. Right? So let's look at Farmington Hills. Again, a seller's market. Media won't tell you that. So let's see what we got here. Lowest price home is 309, and it's a 2-bedroom, 3-bath. So I was reading a book, I think it was Psychology of Money, and they was talking about what the average home size was like back in the 50s or 60s, was like less than 1,000 square feet. Not that the families were smaller, the homes were just smaller. Now the average home size for most Americans is over 2,000 square feet. But one of the points they made was that most Americans have more bathrooms in their home than they have people. And I found that to be odd but true, because kids grew up and they leave and you had this 3 or 4 bedroom home. But what made me think about that was this home has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, which just seems odd to me. Like, I would rather have an extra bedroom because I'm thinking about resale value. I don't need a 3rd bathroom. And this is 3 full bathrooms, not 3 and 2 and 1/2, but these are 3 full baths. But to each his own. Y'all tell me in the comments, would you want 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, or 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms? But while y'all saying that, this home is pretty nice. I like the high ceilings. I like the layout. It's not bad for the area. Listed at 309 in Farmington Hills. Highest sale price in Farmington Hills was on Deer Run. Listed for 704. Was on the market 31 days. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and that sounds a little bit more fitting, right? So 704. This one sold and it closed. This one just closed in October, actually a few days ago. Congratulations to the new homeowners. This one sold, and let's take a look at this. So just a few hundred thousand shy of $1 million in Farmington Hills. Few hundred thousand. You'll be there soon. This is a nice house. I kind of like this area here. I don't know what's going on up there. This I don't know how to describe that. Maybe somebody has I don't even know what style that is. It kind of reminds me of some, like, one of them movies or something. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like this. It's bright. Yeah, this is a nice home. Oh yeah, this is the area I like. Going back here. This looks real cozy for winter, summer, or fall, especially this time of the year. See what I have to see something back here. Take me to the backyard. Show me the. Come on, it's not. All right, this is what I like. All right. This looks nice. I like this home. Yep. I like this home. This looks peaceful. This looks like you can entertain. This looks like a little bit of wine and some drinks, and it looks relaxing. Read a book or something. All right. So that is Farmington Hills. Now, last but not least is Southfield. Again, we're seeing this trend. We went east suburbs, west suburbs. We seen this trend of about 2 months of inventory. Now, Southfield months of inventory is down by about 12%, where Warren was only down by 1%, and which one? Romulus was down up about 4%, and Sterling Heights was up by 9%, and Farmington Hills was down about 2%. So again, if you wasn't here earlier, months of inventory just simply means that if we took all the properties that's currently on the market in any area, how long would it take to sell all of them? And it's about 2 months for Southfield, but we've seen that across the board. Sold to list price, 98%. So sales price compared to list price is about 98%. So a $100,000 home is likely to get 98,000, right? Just based on these averages. Median sold price 250, median estimated value is 293, right? But let's look in Southfield and see what we got for highest, lowest active property, and we'll look at a few more because this area was just, Southfield was just in demand. So lowest price home in Southfield right now is $244. And this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5. And this 244.9 just came on the market today, actually. Attached garage, nice little home. This looks like a home I sold before over by Beacon Square area. This home just looks so familiar to me. So nice little home. Can use a few updates, the kitchen and things of that nature. But I mean, for the price, it's not bad. I don't know about some of the room sizes, but I mean, it works. It works for Southfield. For the price for $244, you're not gonna find much in the suburbs for under $250. So I mean, it's not a bad home. So that one, and let's see what the highest sales price was in Southfield. The highest sales price, this home was originally listed at $69,999 for the 2000s. And that was the original list price. They dropped the price to $675. They eventually sold at $665. And this one was on the market only 32 days. So do you think, I want y'all to give me your feedback. It was on the market for just over a month. Do you think if they would have listed the property from day one for $675, do you think the home would have sold sooner? Because this happens all the time. Someone lists at a price, but their real number was this. They listed at this. And this is why I always advise sellers. So if I say list your home at the 675, you will attract more buyers. And if the market will support it, it will actually bid the price up. We've seen that over the past few years. But do you think if they would have listed this property at 675 or even 665, do you think it would have sold sooner? And in addition to that, do you think it would have sold for more than 665? Let me know what you think. But I'm going to say this. So I think it would have sold for more, and it probably would have sold sooner. There's a psychology, a way of thinking about marketing other than just looking at market data. It's the way consumers think. I personally think this home would have sold not only sooner, but it probably would have sold for more. But I don't know. That's just my theory. But again, this is a 6-bedroom, 5.1 baths, so 5 full baths and 1 half bath, just over 3,200 square feet. Am I crazy? But how many? I get it. Like you got a primary bedroom with its own private bath, and you may have another bedroom with its own bath, or like a Jack and Jill type bath, and you may have a bathroom in the basement if you're entertaining there, a bathroom on the first floor. So that's and then one on the second floor in addition to the 2-bedroom baths. So that's 4 bathrooms. So first floor, 3 on the second floor, that's 4 bathrooms, 1 in the basement, that's 5. And then you have a half bathroom. So if it's 6, let me go back here. 6 bedrooms. So pretty much everyone has access to their own bathroom of some sort. So I have to assume that there's a lot of it just seems to me that 4 bathrooms is a bit much for the average size home that I'm seeing on the market. So I don't know. Y'all tell me how many bathrooms is too much? Because I personally, when I'm thinking one, resale value. I'm also thinking of maintenance, right? because each bathroom, when you go to update the bathrooms, how much is it going to cost per bathroom? When you have plumbing issues, well, you're going to have plumbing issues in each bathroom over a period of time. And how many people are using the bathroom all at once? Unless somebody cooked a bad meal, it's rare that everybody's going to be in the bathroom all at the same time. But y'all tell me, I don't know. I grew up a little different where two, maybe three, 2.5 bathrooms for most family households that I knew growing up was more than enough, regardless of the size of the family. So Miss Phoenix said, I agree, more than 2 bathrooms for a standard single family home is excessive. I agree. Because the other reason I say that, I'm big on square footage and usage and practical usage. I just think once you get past 4 bathrooms, that other space can be used for something, a room that's more that you have more use for, maybe a sewing room or a hobby room or something like that. But hey, you can't sew in the bathroom if you choose to. I'm not going to tell you, you know. Everybody don't want to read a magazine. Maybe you just want to sew in the bathroom. Self said, how many people are using the bathroom at once? I don't know. It depends on what they're eating, who cooked the food that night. But I mean, I'm just saying, I just think that, but everybody's opinion is different. But again, back to this property, Southfield. We're gonna do one more because Brandy Mitchell, the Detroit homegirl. That's your home. When we say homegirl, that's your homegirl. So we're gonna look at West. Hold on one second. West Bloomfield. Wow. Okay, so is this the lowest coming soon? Okay. The lowest active property is 215. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, but there is a coming soon listing that's listed at 1.1 million. That's a 4-bedroom, 3 bath. If you just need an address, send your kids to school, go spend the 215 and have a West Bloomfield address, and there you go. I didn't say that, but people do it. All right, so this one is 245. They just reduced the price. Let's look at the highest price property. All right, this is on Interlochen Street. This one sold for 2.4. Original list price was 2.8. They reduced it to 2.5. This property sold in 36 days. Only 36 days on the market, and people are saying it's a bad market. So this is 2.4 million, no concessions. And look, you see this? I don't know if y'all can see. Let me blow this up real quick. Let me show y'all something. You see what this say? Cash sale. Just think about that for a minute. Cash sale. All right, so 2.4 million cash sale. So when I see cash sales, people usually kind of go crazy. But when I see cash sales, a couple things. Either somebody just got a lot of money, or somebody just got a lot of money because they just sold another home and they had a lot of money from that sale of that home, and they just got a lot of money and they went out and bought another home cash. So this is the property aerial view. That water is clean. You can see through the bottom. All right. So it's the property. It's not updated. It's clean, nice home. Appliances. Now you know what's funny about this home? and the market and how buyers think, somebody will be showing a property like this, 2.4 million, and the average person, the average household, the average person without 2.4 million cash will walk in this home and be like, oh, this is nice, right? That's how they say nice. They say, oh, this is nice, right? That's the average person. The person that spent 2.4 million cash, I want y'all to tell me what they're going to say when they see this kitchen. Somebody in here know what that person is going to say when they see that kitchen. We're going to look through this house, but I want to know what that person is going to say. The $2.4 million buyer, or even when they see this bathroom. Some people will just be happy to live in this house. But again, oh, I don't know about this bathroom. Jeez. Yeah. So Brandy is saying it's not modern enough. Yep, it's outdated. So usually when we have clients that are looking at these homes, whether they financing or paying cash, they love the home, they love the layout, and they love the design. And they're going to look at this home, even the landscaping, right? Because there's levels to this. The reason they didn't pay 2.8 and they paid 2.4 is I almost guarantee you the person came into this home, I would be like, this is nice. I would have the landscaping done and all of that good stuff. The roof may be great. The HVAC may be great. First thing somebody's going to say, oh, but we have to come through and completely gut this entire home and redo it. And that's going to cost us at least $500,000. That's all I'm saying. This home, as nice as it is outdated, 2.4. This home that you see now will most likely not look like this the next time it comes on the market. All of this would most likely be gutted and redone, right? And that's just what it is. So let's look at I want to look at a few different tiers because West Bloomfield is a unique market. So we've seen homes at the price point sold for $800,000, sold for $600,000. I want to see some of the active properties over there and see what you can buy in West Bloomfield. And Greenboro Drive. So it's some decent properties over there. Let's see what. Summary report. So you got some properties, 400,000, 1,900 square feet, 3.2 baths. Horace Street is 410. 410. And the reason I came up to this $400,000 price point was because this is kind of typical when people are looking in the area, they're looking at the 400. They're kind of starting at this price range, up to 500, 560 or so. Let's see here. So you see quite a few properties. Let's see. When we get under, those are pending. I didn't think I checked pending. Let me go back. Let's see here. So you can see 239. This is West Bloomfield Township. So you can see there's a variety of price points, but you're also getting homes that are 1,400 square feet, all the way up. So I mean, it's a good market. We've seen what the data is. So most of these areas, I just don't see, like, people are always talking about a real estate crash or the market's going to crash or where's the market at. Right now, as of today, we are in what I call a normal market, even though most of these reports show a seller's market. I just think we're getting more towards a balanced market. So when I see things like this, you see market type, seller's market, that's because of the months of inventory. But I honestly think we're more towards a balanced market. And when I say that, I'm not just looking at just these cities, I'm looking at the entire Tri-County area. So that's including Detroit, that's including your East Point, that's including your Farmington Hills, Bloomfield, your Grosse Point. So we have to look at it overall. But so Brandy has this property listed, which is nice. Leslie Crest Drive, 475. This again, West Bloomfield, 4-bedroom, 2.5 baths. So you see some great properties out there. Listen, if you know anybody interested and they want to spend 2.4 million, let me know, because I like when people walk in the house and say this is nice, or if they want to gut it and redo it, that's fine with me too. Just call me when you're ready to sell it again. This is Reginald Perryman. ReggieIsRealEstate.com. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll see y'all next time.